All right, y'all, listen, welcome. It's your boy, Jay Dinkins. Y'all can call me Jay Dinkins. Don't worry about it. Also known as Hey, Mr. Affiliate, and we are tapped in. What's up, Rod? I see Rod just hopped on here. I see Brooklyn on here. I see all the money makers on here. Welcome to the family, Anastasia. Hopefully I said that right. I'm going to make sure I say it right. Yeah, definitely everybody welcome. This is something that we put together, and I'll be completely honest. I've been so freaking busy over the last few weeks. We did say that we wanted to do something special this week and just kind of have everybody come on and just talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing, especially for 2023, and how we feel like it could positively impact you guys. And I actually dropped the ball because I was going to post this like last week, and it literally got away from me. But the one thing I definitely put out there last year was I didn't want to keep procrastinating and putting things off, and I found myself feeling like I was going to keep doing that. So I said, you know what, whoever shows up, show up. Everybody type show up in the chat, right? Everybody type show up. And one of the biggest changes I made in my life, and in 2021, is I stopped waiting. Anything that I said that I wanted to do, anything that I made a commitment to do, I just started doing it. And I started putting things into place. And I said, listen, however things roll out from there, that's what's going to happen. So once again, welcome. This is the Employee Exit Plan Community. This is a free workshop. Today, we're going to talk about a host of things, but let me tell you why we're going to be talking about what we're talking about. So we actually started something called the Employee Exit Plan Community, and the Employee Exit Plan Community is simply to provide ongoing value for people who are looking to do something but may not necessarily be ready, right? Because you have all these different programs out there. Not only my own, like myself, I have my own program. Brooklyn has her own program. Raisha has her own program. Yvonne has her own program. There's many people out there that have their own programs, their own services, their own courses. I'm pretty sure you guys see it. So it's a lot of wealth of knowledge going on out there, but it's not always the right time for everyone. Let me say that again. It's not always the right time for everyone. And we know that there are some times, and in many cases, where people come on to these free master classes, or you come across a Instagram live, or you come across an ad, or you come across a YouTube, and you're like, man, I really want to do that, but I just can't right now. And we wanted to put something in place where anybody, like literally anybody, can say, you know what, I'm going to take part in this, and you can start your process, right? Whatever it is that you want to do, like you can just start that process. Everybody put start in the chat. And I need y'all to show up, right? I need you to put start. So when I'm saying things, here's what I believe. I believe how you do anything is how you do everything. Y'all hear me say that over and over again. I believe that in life, how you do anything is how you do everything. So some of you right now, you are just watching. Like you're a viewer. You are a spectator. Right now, you're just watching me. I'm saying things like, hey, write this in the chat. Write this in the chat. You're hearing it. You're hearing me say things, and you know you're supposed to write, but you don't write. And that's exactly how everything is going to happen in your life. You see, in life, there's been many times in life that you've been in the room where great things were happening. You've been around great people, and you've been around opportunity, but you just was a spectator. You didn't expect to play in the game. You didn't expect to get on the court. You didn't expect to be on the field. You didn't expect to win. You just wanted to participate. I mean, you didn't even want to participate. You just wanted to spectate. You just want to view everybody. So I'm challenging y'all that right now you start your 2023 and you make a declaration that this year you are not only going to spectate, but you're going to participate. So when I say for you to do something, or I say for you to participate, it's important that you show up, because in life, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you guys are ready to start your 2023 off, I need you to go in the chat and start and put start, right? And put start. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? I know y'all gonna laugh at me when I say it. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, put a 1 in the chat, right? So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Let me back up for a second, and I'm going to get on course, and I'm just going to let you know I have a lot of bit to say in a little bit of time. So I'm going to speak a little fast. So I need you guys to listen a little faster, right? And if you're writing, I need you to write faster than that, because I'm going to say a lot of information over the next about 10 minutes, and I'm going to pass this thing on, right? So, just to give you guys a little backstory, I am the person that went to college, got the degree. I ended up working 2 jobs, and I worked 2 jobs for about 7 years straight. And I remember getting to a point about 6 years after working a job, I'm like, this ain't it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I see people out there winning. I see people living their life. Like, I see people doing great things. And I felt like I've done what I was supposed to do. Like, I went to school. I got that college degree, right? I got 2 good jobs. And I'm like, so why am I struggling? Why am I living check to check? Like, why am I just getting by? And I said, yo, you know what? Something has to give. Like, it's got to be something else out there for me. And that's where the journey started, where I started putting things out in the universe. And I said, listen, I need something else. I ended up getting involved with network marketing, did network marketing for about 7 years. That's where I learned about working with people. I learned about leadership. I learned about personal development. It's where I started reading books. It's where I started, getting around the right people. It's where I started to kind of learn about business. But the crazy thing is, from the time I was working to the time I was doing network marketing, I've always seen people start their own businesses. I've always seen people do their own thing. And I've always wanted to do it. The problem was I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. And if you can relate to anything I'm saying, type me too in the chat, right? So I see people doing businesses. I want to start a business, but I didn't know exactly what business. And when I thought about starting a business, in my head, it seemed so far gone. I'm like, to start a business, it's got to be like $50,000, $100,000. I don't have, that money. I need a whole staff. Like, when I thought about starting a business, it just seemed so far. So guess what? I never took action. If you can relate, type me too in the chat. I know I ain't the only one. Because I remember that feeling, working a job and seeing people like, yeah, no, I'm an entrepreneur. Or yeah, I started this business. I'm like, dang, you started. Like, just if you heard somebody say, I started a business, like, that was big. Like, wow, man, congratulations. So I want to be like you, right? So it was just so, the thought of starting a business was so big that I never took action. The next thing was, I also had situations where I felt like, all right, I can see myself doing that, but I didn't know where to start. So I wanted to do a business. I didn't know what business. And even if I thought of an idea, I didn't know where to start. And that was me. That was me. Does that make sense? Yeah, I get what I'm saying, right? So that was me for years. And then I got around the right information. Say information. I got around the right information. And you guys hear this all the time. Information changes situations. The only problem is when information is given for free, most times people never take action. Like, I'll put this up here for free. Like, hey, free workshop, jump on. And because it's free, you won't show up on time. Oh, it's free. I'll just jump on 10 minutes late. Oh, it's free. Oh, we don't need a pen and a paper. It's free. It's free information. We don't need to take notes. Oh, this is just free. I'm gonna just get on and listen to this. But in 2023, when I gotta pay to join the program, to join the course, then I'm gonna have my pen and paper. I'm gonna be ready. So information changes situations, but when information is free, people don't take action. And we learned that when people pay, they pay attention. This is why so many people charge out there, because we know that if you actually invest something, that you're going to actually pay attention. So my hopes is that tonight, that you don't take what we're saying to you, and because it's free, you don't participate. Because I know some of y'all right now, you're still just looking at the screen. In 2020, I made a commitment to myself, and I said, I'm going to make some big changes in my life. And I started reaching out to some people, and I started asking them some questions like, hey, man, I want to find something that I can invest in. I want to start a business. I don't know what I want to do. I just know I need to do something. How many of you have ever felt like you just need to do something? And I just started reaching out, and my friend, he told me about Airbnb, right? He told me about Airbnb. And here's the two things. You probably heard me say this before, but here's the two things that literally changed my life. He said, with Airbnb, you can start an Airbnb and list without owning a property, right? So when he said you can list your property, you can list a property on Airbnb without actually owning it, that it like hit me. Here's why. I didn't have the $20,000 investment to start a business. I didn't have the $30,000 to give up. I didn't have the $40,000 to invest in a business. I also didn't have the time. If y'all can relate, type me too in the chat. I know I can't be the only one. So when I'm thinking about all these businesses, I'm like, I don't have 30,000. I don't have 40,000 to invest in anything. And you know what else I didn't have? I didn't have time like other people. I didn't have time to invest today and say, hey, listen, man, this investment, man, 5 years from now, like, I needed things to happen in my life today. Like, I needed things to happen today. So when he said I didn't have to make it, like, I didn't have to own a house, I didn't have to own a condo to make money on Airbnb, like to list a property, I needed to know more about that. Because I finally found a way where I could get involved with something where I didn't necessarily have to own something. I didn't have to have all of the responsibilities of owning a home, because that thought was just, it was just so it almost gave me a headache because it was so big to think about, right? So that was the first thing he said to me. Second thing he said to me was, With Airbnb, you can start at low cost and get into profit immediately. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I was in a season of my life where every single month I had more month left than I had money. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like every single month at the 15th, your boy done ran out. Like the money was gone. And I'm just looking like, damn, we got 15 more days. We're going to have to figure this out. We got 15 more days left, right? Y'all know what I'm talking. Come on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Everything good from the 1st to the 15th. Oh, yeah. Y'all want to go get something to eat? Come on, we're going to go out to the restaurant. Everything is good. Y'all want to do that? Oh, yeah, let's go do this. Oh, y'all seen those shoes. I'm going to buy the 15th of them up. Oh, Lord. It's getting different. We're going to go over to mama house to eat because I ain't buying no dinner tonight. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't act like y'all don't know. Somebody type in the chat. Right? So when he said you can start at low cost and get into profit immediately, that was the second thing he said to me. You can start at low cost and get into profit immediately. Y'all, I heard immediately because I needed something I can do now. So here, and I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you this for a reason. I finally realized that I didn't have to spend thousands of dollars to start a business. I didn't have to own something, which seems so like it almost discouraged me because it seems so far-fetched. And I could actually start a business and actually start seeing some of the results immediately because my entire life, all the years I've been, it was like 18 years that we go to school, 18 years of schooling, 7 years of working a job, another 7 years of doing network marketing, literally over 20 plus years committed day in and day out to finding this level of success and this level of freedom where I could do things for myself, where I could do things for my family. Like literally me taking this, like, I was just like, finally, I found something. So I started an Airbnb. So I want to let you guys know with Airbnb, yes, to me, it is the best business that you can do where you give part-time effort to, but it actually rewards you with full-time income. All right. It's something that it won't take away from what you're doing. So if you're working a job and you're afraid, oh, but if I can't because I'm too busy at work, it doesn't require that much attention if you put correct systems in place. If you're the person that you have some businesses that you're working on and you're thinking, well, I don't know if I can start an Airbnb business because I'm working on these businesses. Once you put the Airbnb in place and you automate it, it doesn't require a lot of your attention. The great thing is it's still going to pay you. It's still going to pay you very well. So Airbnb, you can start and you don't have to worry about it distracting you from what you're already doing. Okay. So we started our Airbnb business in March 4th of 2021. And here we are. We have not yet been here, been in the Airbnb space for 2 years yet. Not yet. We still got about 4 or so months before we make 2 years. Right? This is like 3 or so months before we make 2 years. But we already have 12 units, right? Some of our units are our own. Some of our units we partner with people. Some of our units we make an extra $1,000 a month in profit. Some of our units we make $3,000 to $4,000 a month in profits, right? Some seasons are high, some seasons are low. Right now it's a low season, right? But to be able to have this kind of income coming in from a business that we don't have to give a lot of our attention to is incredible. It's incredible to have a business that will pay you 6 figures a year, even 6 figures a month. We're getting really close to that it'll pay you that, but you can still say, yeah, well, I'm working on this, but I have this business I'm starting, right? So I highly encourage, I believe that every single person should have at least 1 to 2 Airbnbs. You should have at least 1 to 2 Airbnbs. I look at Airbnb as a launch pad. If you start an Airbnb business, guess what? You're going to be able to create that extra income that you need to actually start some of these other businesses, right? So let me ask you this before I go ahead and pass this on, right? If the only thing you did was learn how to start an Airbnb, and I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna do something like, I'm gonna give you like 5 steps, 3 to 5 steps in like a few seconds. But if the only thing you did was go ahead and get 1 or 2 Airbnbs, and let's just say you were bringing in $2,000 a month, like that's it. You bring in $2,000 a month in profit from Airbnb, and now you can take that $2,000 and you can even put it towards your mortgage or pay your mortgage. If it'll be worth it, put a 1 in the chat. I want you guys right now, I want you seriously to think, I want you to participate with me. Think about what do you pay for rent or mortgage, whatever it is. It could be less than $2,000, it could be more. But just imagine if you had an Airbnb or 2, and you were bringing in $2,000 a month in profit, you was able to just take that money and put it towards your rent, put it towards your mortgage. How many of y'all feel like that'll be worth it for you? for some of you that drive a car, I want you to think about what your car note, what your insurance is. And I want you to think, if you were making an extra $2,000 a month from Airbnb, and you can take that $2,000, take some of that money and pay for your car note and your insurance. I don't care if you have one car or two cars, or maybe you even got three cars. Maybe you a boss, right? I don't know. Let's say it costs you $1,000 a month between car note and insurance. Like if you could just take $1,000 a month from the money that you make from Airbnb and put it towards your car note insurance, would it be worth it? How many of you got children? How many of you guys like children? They cost, because ooh, these kids cost some money. Like if you, maybe your kids, maybe you pay for their education, maybe you pay their school lunch every day. I don't know what it is, but let's say it costs, I'm just throwing numbers out there. Let's say it costs $1,000 a month to provide for your kids, whether it's the education, the lunch, or whatever it is. If you could take $1,000 a month from your Airbnb income and put it towards the things you need to do for your children, how many feel it'd be worth it? Put a 1 in the chat. Maybe you just need a vacation. Maybe y'all want to take one vacation a year. Maybe it costs $10,000 to take your family on vacation once a year. If you had an Airbnb that brought you in an extra $1,000 a month, and all you did was every single month you take that $1,000, you put it in an account to pay for your family vacation at the end of the year, would it be worth it? Right? So it's a launching pad. If you took the money that you made from Airbnb and you start to stack it up and you take that to go launch another business, it's a launching pad, right? So to start an Airbnb business, one, you need to actually have a business. We're gonna talk about structuring your business real quick. We're gonna bring Yvonne up here, like in 1 minute. So yeah, 1 minute, Yvonne. Y'all women, let me stop. So you have to structure your business. That's the first thing. The second thing is, with Airbnb, the next thing you want to do is you want to be able to find profitable properties, right? There's a lot of people who have Airbnbs out there, but it doesn't mean that they're making profits, right? So it's important to know how much money you're going to make before you actually go and invest in these properties. So these are things that we're going to be teaching, right? I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing, because we're going to be doing something like this. It's going to happen 1 to 3 times. Like how many of y'all will be, just from so far, we just started, y'all didn't even hear from these other 3, right? They say ladies go first, but in this situation, they had to put me up first. It was like, boy, if you go after us, they ain't gonna want to listen to you, right? So I'm going first. But how many of y'all would like to have something like this 1 to 3 times every single week, right? Put a 1 in the chat. If you would like to have something like this 1 to 3 times every single week that you was a part of, right? So first thing you do is structure your business. Second thing you need to do is you need to find profitable property. So as the weeks go on, I'm going to be teaching you how to figure out how much money would I make if I went ahead and got this apartment, right? And put it on Airbnb. Then you need to know how to talk to the properties. So throughout the weeks, I'm going to be teaching you guys, hey, these are some techniques that you can use to when you're going to reach out to these apartments. Here's some ways that you can send emails. Here's some things that you want to say when you make calls, right? Be teaching that. So after you know how to do that, the next thing you need to know how to furnish. Now, listen, y'all, furnishing, the way you furnish a unit is like literally going to be it's going to dictate how much money that you actually make. After you furnish it, you need to know how to actually run your Airbnb business, how to hire the cleaners, what you want your cleaners to do, what's the expectations, how to find handyman. Like you need to know this stuff. And then you know what you need to do? You need to know how to look at the money going to your bank accounts. I mean, hello. You need to know how to look at that. You need to know how to look and say, oh yeah, that's an extra 1,000 today. So you need to know how to count. So we're going to teach you how to do that. And if you need to know how to spend it, I'll give y'all my Zelle and Cash App and you can send it over to me. All right. So listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all hopping on here. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to invite the next person up, Yvonne. And you're going to hear from Yvonne next. And after Yvonne, you're going to hear from Brooklyn. And after Brooklyn, you're going to hear from Ra. And then we're going to just close this thing out. But I'm going to bring Yvonne. I've been knowing Yvonne for some time right now. You know, I've been knowing her for some time. And I met Yvonne. I met Yvonne a little bit after she met me. I'm just saying it that way. I met her a little bit after she met me, which means she was probably scoping your boy out for a little bit, like, you know, like scoping me out. And then she accidentally been in the same place with me. And that's how we ended up meeting. But I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there just in case anybody want to know how we met. But this is actually my wife. Now, Yvonne was the person that would never be in front of the camera. She was the person that she had all these talents, but she never really like got in front to just give the information to people. And I remember when she made that switch and she just started just wanting to really provide more value. So she is like, I don't even know how she found so much knowledge when it comes to building business credit. And then she's like a beast when it comes to furnishing. So I want her to come up here. She's going to speak on that a little bit. I'm going to get up and let her sit down. And then we're going to move forward. So let me go ahead and stop. I'm going to just stop the camera so we can just move. And then we'll do that. 1 second.
Hey guys, I won't keep y'all on long tonight, but tonight was pretty much we're introducing ourselves and saying what we will be bringing to this program. So again, I am Yvonne Dinkins. I'm Jarrell's wife. For many of you that are on here, well, a few of you that's on here, I have worked with you, whether it's business credit or furnishing your Airbnb. One of the things that I try to teach when it comes to building business credit is business credit is a big key when it comes to you being a business owner. You want to kind of separate your personal credit and your business credit, keep them separately. The reason that I stress keeping the business credit and the personal credit separately is because, again, anything that you do in business, you don't want it to reflect on your personal credit and then you're liable for it. You also don't want to have a lot of inquiries on your personal credit when you're trying to build your brand or, build your business. A lot of the times people think that building business credit is something that happens overnight. It's just like with your personal credit. It does not happen overnight. I actually have a young lady that's on here. I believe Africa is on here. I started working with Africa last year, I would say sometime in May of 2021. And during our process with building business credit, we started off small, which is like our vendor accounts, our tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 3s, and we kept going up. And just the other day, she actually wrote me and told me with her being, she stopped building her business credit at one point in time, but once she got back to being consistent, she was actually able to open up 2 accounts and she got over 11, I think it was a little bit over $11,000 and business funding, which was like a large credit card that she got through American Express. So I tell people all the time, we will go into, with tier 1s, net 30s, all of that type of stuff is as we continue to go through the program. But tonight is just pretty much like an introduction as to what we will be doing. So I look forward to working with a lot of you when it comes to building business credit and knowing what you have to do to actually establish business credit. For most people, in order to build business credit, you have to have your company established properly. That's one of the steps that a lot of people skip over. And also they listen to other people where they say, oh, you see all these people that's posting on social media that says, oh, I can guarantee you $100,000 in business funding, and it doesn't just happen overnight. So I will say, if you plan on building business credit, you have to be patient, you have to listen, and you have to be consistent in what you're doing. Furnishing is also something that I'll be covering and helping you guys that's looking to get into like the Airbnb space. When it comes to furnishing, I like to keep our method simple. We like to do postable units. When I say postable units, we want to have that Airbnb that when people come there, they actually want to post about it. You don't want people going on vacation or renting your Airbnb and they're not posting anything. When people go on vacations and they get the cheap motels and all of that stuff, they kind of hide where they're staying at, but we want people to actually post it. So we will be covering furnishing. I will be teaching you tips on, what stores to shop on online. I don't shop in stores. I'm not a big in-store shopper. I like to do a lot of things online. So I will be teaching you all the tricks and trades to what stores to go to for all of your goodies, how to get that wow factor when somebody walks into your Airbnb. And we will be getting the ball rolling starting, when we start next week? The week after next. So I look forward to talking to many of you guys. If you have any questions or anything that you wanted to ask, you can write it in the chat. Also, if you're on social media, you can follow me on Instagram at Hey Mrs. Affiliate, and we can talk from there. So I'll be switching this back over to Jarrell.
All right, y'all. So let's move it right along. So I'm gonna bring up this next person. Her name is Brooklyn, right? Now, let me tell you something. I was on social media, and for me, I usually follow people that seems that they're creating impact, and they're really getting some things like done, right? And I remember following her, and I just saw that she was always like literally always giving value. Like she'll be on live, like doing just something random that she had to do with her child, or maybe just in the house, and she's just giving value. So I'm following her. And I remember one time she was talking about credit, and she was talking about like structuring your business. I'm like, all right, this is cool. So I just continue to follow her. And then eventually I see that she's going to be doing like a free masterclass or something. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I sign up, and I'm excited. Like, all right, I'm gonna go to this workshop, see what this woman is about, because she's always giving this game, whether it's about credit, whether it's about digital marketing, whether it's about, anything. She's just always giving game. And I remember missing, like, I remember um she had this the master class, and I remember the day, like, something came up, and I literally couldn't get on the master class. So immediately after I finished doing what I was doing, like, I went, this was like the next morning, and I went to her page. I literally searched her, went to her page, and I see a post, and I see all these people, like literally it's like hundreds of people just commenting like, oh my God, you gave so much value. I can't believe this. Like, I thought we was going to be on for 20 minutes. We were on for like 2 hours. I'm like, wait, hold on. She spent that much time with people. So I'm like, let me read these comments. So I'm reading, and we say you got to inspect what you expect. Like, I'm in the comments like y'all do. I know some of y'all know the people be on the shade room in the comments like, oh, who said that? I know what y'all be doing. I was shade rooming it. And I'm looking at the comments, and like every person that was on, they was just talking about the value that she gave. And I'm like, no, this is insane. And I just felt like I had to reach out to her. From the first time I reached out to her, she literally like would just give me so much value. Like, nah, try this. Hey, did you try this? Hey, bro, I see you doing your thing. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tap in. Nah, do this, do that. So I'll call her, and she knows from now. I'm like, hey, listen, man, I'm having trouble here. Could you help me out with this? So she just has a wealth of knowledge. She is a freaking boss when it comes to the digital marketing space, amongst many other things. So I definitely wanted to say thank you to her for actually joining us. And I want to turn it over to Brooklyn.
Thank you. Don't make me cry tonight. Hey, y'all. I am Brooklyn. I see my people in here. Hey, Elaine. No, seriously, thank you for that, because it's crazy. That's not how we connected. We actually connected because I took your Airbnb class. Right. And so I'm just like, I don't know if any of you guys on here are hungry for knowledge. You're like, I need to learn something. I need to make a change. I literally took a break from my business. So I'll explain who I am and my backstory. But, I took a break from my business this last year to really learn some shit and to really take action on some shit. And so not a full break, but just took that time to really learn. And so I've purchased so many courses just since 2018, when I really said I'm gonna take my business serious. And so when I seen him, I see his marketing, and I'm checking him out. I'm like, okay, he got some good info. I've already taken Airbnb. I've already, been familiar with it and everything. And I said, let me just go ahead. And this is my last time investing. I'm not investing nothing else. No more money. And I took his course, you guys. And when I tell you it was one of the best courses I've ever taken, I'm not capping. I didn't even know him. And so I was like, yo, it inspired me. It was just organized. It was just so much information. We just got a new, my Airbnb is probably a few months old, and we're already about to be super host. And it wasn't from any of the other courses that I've taken. It was really from his. Like, I literally to the T. And you know what he did that was really powerful, you guys? Something that he did that was different. Sorry, it's not about him, but just so you guys know who your mentor and who your coach is. I don't connect with everybody. I'm not introverted, but kind of introverted. I gotta feel people out. So if you're genuine, I'm going to feel your vibe. This man gave me his Airbnb course to put into my program. That was powerful. I don't even think he realizes how powerful that was, because I connected with someone else who had an Airbnb course, but his was just better. And so you guys have a great mentor, a great coach. He's genuine. He'll help you win. And I'll call him too for advice as well. So I'm excited that he even chose me to be a part of this community, you guys. I feel blessed. Anytime he needs me to show up, I'm gonna show up. And so thank you for that. And so for those of you guys who did not know who I am, my name is Billionaire Brooklyn. And I've been an entrepreneur since 2015, but I've been full-time since 2019 or 18, actually. And so I do a lot of things, y'all. I don't even like to talk about myself like that, but just so you guys can get an idea, you know, I had salons. I've been a coaching entrepreneur since 2017. I have 6-figure students working on 7-figure students. And so I was just like, you know, a lot of people where they have a business, they don't even have a business. I didn't have a business name. I didn't have a business LLC, a business license. I didn't know what that was. I was just hustling, trying to make $1. I was turning 15 cents into $500. So I'm a hustler. And so over the years, I just learned about business credit, like literally took time to YouTube, to buy courses and to learn from people, to do what you guys are doing. Free classes, like don't miss out on information that is free. This is some valuable information, y'all, that we're giving y'all. So long story short, you guys, I have trucking companies. I do a lot, but my main business is my coaching business. That's what I get the most passion. That's how I build the most impact. And so that's when I first made my 6 figures. It wasn't from all the stuff that I was doing. It was literally by creating a digital product. And so what my digital product was before the pandemic, before everyone went online, I had a hard time. I quit my job. I have a dental background, and I would travel all over the United States to teach classes. People would come to Atlanta to learn how to start and grow their beauty businesses. And I couldn't afford my suite rent. And I was like, something got to shake, And so I started booking classes, and I would make literally $1,000 in a day. And I was like, dang, okay, this is some good shit, And then so many people would reach out to me like, do you have anything online, or do you travel? Do you come to my city? Because I can't come to Atlanta, but I really want to take your class. And so something just came, and I was like, I'm just going to do something online. And you guys, the first person that purchased my course, I just picked a random price, and it was like $800. And I was like, oh shit, they bought without, they were in California. And I was like, oh, it's up, right? I provided everything they needed to become successful. They ended up opening up their own spa. They ended up doing amazing things. So now I've scaled that to, 20K plus, products and services. But it all started with one thing online, which was a class. I went from servicing, doing one-to-one. I first started coaching calls at $40 for 30 minutes. And then from those coaching calls, I literally had people go from no experience, go make 6 figures, go turn up, just grow their business. And I was like, I'm valuable. My information is valuable, and I don't hold back because I want to see y'all win. When y'all win, I win. So if anybody is on here, and you have something going, or you're thinking about something, you guys can sell your knowledge. So I specialize in digital marketing, right? But to be honest with y'all, I'm kind of an introvert. I'm a people person, but when it comes to this online stuff, I know the struggle. And so I have been able to build multiple 6-figure business by showing, but not by like showing up all day, every day on social media, right? So I had to learn about systems. I had to learn about scaling. I had to learn all these different things. And I had to push myself, connect with people, use other people's platforms and other people's audiences, and make genuine connections, and literally realize that my information can help change people's lives. So think about something that you are good at right now. What is something that you are currently doing or that you have done? And people are always asking, oh my gosh, like I got my girl Elaine on here. This woman is amazing. You know, she wakes up at 5 a.m. She's the reason why I wake up at 5:36 a.m. She's an accountant, like she works out, she's consistent. And I was struggling with consistency. And I would ask her, girl, how do you do this? So what is something that people ask you for help with? Hey, can you help me with this? Have you done this? What is something that you've done? Just like Jarrell has done in Airbnb, and he's teaching you guys the game, right? You can do so also. A lot of people don't let you guys know this, but the reason why they're like the money behind the millions and the six figures is these digital products. I went from, making $20,000 a year, quitting leaving my job in 2018 to making $30,000 to $40,000 to $50,000 within just a few days out of the month. And that was years ago, right? All by being online. If you guys feel like you got some knowledge, or if you guys feel like you want to learn about how you can literally create products and services so that way you can make money. How many of you guys would just be happy making $5K a month online? Like he asked earlier, to pay your bill, to pay your mortgage. I didn't want, to just become a millionaire and all this stuff. I just wanted to pay my rent and my bills without any stress. Maybe y'all already rich. I don't know, because I only got one person that said me. Oh, I see y'all. I see y'all. Okay. 5K. If you could make an extra 5K a month, would that be life? Like, what could you do with 5K? So what we're going to do in this program is we're going to help you do that, you guys. I don't know if any of you guys are have been on the other two calls that we've had, but some of you guys have already taken action and created these ebooks. I taught you guys how to go and create a digital ebook. You guys have you guys have been inboxing me saying that you all created y'all ebook. If y'all in here, let me know in the chat, but y'all have created y'all ebooks. Like we are giving y'all the blueprint, y'all. This is a lot of game and it can change your life. So whatever you're currently doing, I want you guys to start taking notes because I'm gonna speak to y'all again. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all again. But start taking notes of what am I good at? What comes easy to me and hard to others? And you do not have to be an expert. I'm not licensed. I don't have a master's degree. It's about my belief system and my knowledge and my experience. So all of the doubts that you have in your head, or I'm not this, I'm not that, it doesn't matter, y'all. Right? So think about something that you're good at. And like I said, you do not have to be an expert. You just have to know, you just have to be one step ahead of someone else to help them. You're never going to know everything. You're never going to do everything. And guess what? I messed up a lot on my journey. But that is why I am able to help you, because I made the mistakes. You don't have to make the mistakes. I'm going to give you the blueprint. I'm going to give you the shortcut to success. And that's what every person that's going to get on here and talk to y'all, we're giving y'all the blueprint to success. It's a cheat code. It's unfair. I wish I had this when I was starting out in 2015. Okay. But, I just want to give you guys that motivation. This is what I'm passionate about because this gives me that freedom. When I was having my salon and when I was working on clients, oh, don't get me wrong, I loved my clients. It was better than my job. But you know what I didn't have? I didn't have time freedom. I just had a baby almost 10 months ago. Well, 10 months ago, he's 10 months now. And I have not spent one day without him. I'm home. I got a little drink going tonight, to be real with y'all, but that's freedom. I can have a little drink this is work for me. I can connect with people. I can meet people and I can help people. I can impact people, but our goals are to help change y'all lives. And we want to see y'all make money. We want to see y'all win. We want to see y'all get these Airbnbs. We want to see y'all get these digital products. We want to see you guys get your taxes in order. Like this is an amazing program that I wish I had when I first started. So start thinking about what it is that you are good at that comes natural to you. And I'm telling you, it can be cooking. If you are a good cook, go ahead and create five recipes. Wait, am I teaching on this? Should I just go ahead and get them a couple of steps right now or what? Because I got about 5 more minutes.
I see you get it. Just go in your bag. Do what you
I
gotta
don't know
do.
if they want that. Ain't nobody talking to me. And listen, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Let me do my gallery view. I don't see her. I see 4 people on here. You guys have to get used to showing up on Zoom. It's only 26 people on here. How do you expect to show up on your live when you got thousands of followers? How do you expect to show up on TikTok and YouTube? Because that's where the money's at. How do you expect to show up there and create videos and go live and y'all can't even take y'all cameras off and it's only 26 people in the room? Y'all, I was born with a speech impediment. Sometimes I get so excited, I'll start stuttering. People tell me I speak well. I still got a speech impediment. But I'm on here and I'm speaking to y'all, and I know the struggles of being fearful of not showing up and, just whatever fear we put in our head. Y'all, this is the first step. Put your cameras on, y'all. Put your cameras on. If you're able to. I like to talk to people. I don't like to talk at people, but this is a step. If you want to make money in the digital space, in the online space, hey, y'all, I see y'all putting y'all cameras on. How y'all doing? But if you guys want to make money in the digital space, you're going to have to show up online. You're going to have to show up. You're going to have to show your face and become an authority in your industry. So being an introvert, listen, y'all, you can do it being an introvert. Trust me, you can do it. What better way to make money from your home with your kids? Traveling. Y'all see the affiliate, Mr. and Mrs. traveling all out the country every month. Y'all see it. I have a fear of flights, so I don't travel that much, but it's changing, y'all. But I say this to say, y'all, start showing up. I'm gonna give y'all some game before I get off. I feel like I'm preaching, but if you guys are on here, one thing I do want to leave y'all with is this: don't overcomplicate it, because we overcomplicate stuff. How many of y'all, if you are an overthinker, put a 1 in the chat. If you're an overthinker, put a 1 in the chat, because it cannot be just me. Yo, we make stuff so hard. And so the way that I like to teach is the simplest form. I'm not going to cap. I'm not going to make it sound any extra. I'm going to give it to you raw, because it is once you have a blueprint, just follow it. And so this is the blueprint, y'all. The first step you want to do, the first thing you want to do is literally sit back to think, what am I good at? It can be cooking. If you have opened up a daycare, if you know how to braid, if you're a hairstylist and you know how you specialize in silk presses, whatever it is that you do, you can sell that information. You might have a job and you might be, an assistant, or, do you know how many business owners need assistants? So it doesn't matter where you are, what you are doing. Think of, write down 10 things that you are great at, that comes easy to you, that you don't mind doing for free. Okay. And then I want you guys to, matter of fact, let me see if I can share my screen, because I know some people are visual learners. I'm almost done, y'all. I got 5 minutes. I think my time, what time is my time up? If y'all feeling this, can y'all unmute yourself and let me know y'all feeling it? If I'm speaking to somebody today,
Feeling it.
Y'all feeling it. Okay.
Let's go, Brooklyn.
I'm about to pull up some things for y'all real
You should be able to
quick.
share that screen too now.
I'm sorry?
So you should be able to share that screen too.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let me show y'all this real quick, y'all. So share, here we go. Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, you guys. So here's an app, right? Because before I learned about this, y'all, I was doing my ebooks. I'm not a tech person. I don't like to do I like the easiest stuff. So before I learned about this, I was writing my ebooks myself and they were horrible, but I was still making money. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to put it out there. So I'm giving y'all some game that I've learned that literally changed my life. If you guys go to otter.ai, if somebody can put in the chat, that would be great. Otter.ai. You guys, this is an app that you could download on your phone. or have on your computer, and you literally talk into this app. It will transcribe your whole book. Some people have been trying to write a book for years. Oh, shoot. I don't know if y'all can hear that vacuum in the back. Hold on. Let me see if I can put my ear.
We don't hear anything in the background, just by the way.
Oh, I don't? Okay. And so you guys, you speak into your phone or you speak into the computer and you just talk. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just tell your story or you just teach. This is going to transcribe what you just said. It's going to make it a document. You can then take this document with all the like everything wrong with it, right? Don't even look at it. Just know that you gave some good game. And, I mean, you can reread it just to make sure that, maybe you want to add some stuff to it, but then you want to go over to Fiverr, right? And then you want to find you someone who can format your ebook, edit it. They're going to put it together for you. Basically make it fix all the errors for you. Right? And look how much it costs. We ain't got that much money right now to be putting $1,000 into this stuff. Okay, we want people who are experts, who ain't that expensive, who gonna get the job done in a couple of days. Get this ebook done. Do not procrastinate. Okay, so find someone to format your ebook and to edit it. Super $10. Read the reviews. $50. Okay. And then you can, maybe they do everything for you, but if not, go ahead and search what you need. Okay. They're going to get it together for you. They're going to make it a PDF file. And then all you have to do left is put it on a website. Right. And you guys, there's so many digital products. This is my favorite one because it helps you become an authority in your space. Okay. So use the Otter app, talk into the app and just teach. Go to Fiverr and then have someone format it, edit it, and then do the design for you. Whatever website you guys have, you can put it on your website. You can put it, or which is, higher level stuff. We're not going to get into ClickFunnels and all that. I guess you guys will talk about that later, but you guys can use, websites like ClickFunnels, Shopify, Wix, Lead Pages. I mean, there's, you guys can put on Teachable, Kajabi. I think Gumroad, I got Jarrell's course. It was on Gumroad. It was perfect. It was an app that I still have it. So you guys can go on any platform that you would like to. I guess we can get out into all that later. I just want to give you guys just an idea of how easy it is to create an ebook. And you know what? Let's talk about pricing. Your ebook can be either free for a lead magnet, and a lead magnet is basically, let me stop sharing this. A lead magnet is basically when you are exchanging something for information. So address, phone number, maybe not address, but address, phone number, email, their information. And it can be free because people's information is valuable, right? And so my camera's actually messing up. Or your ebook is a low ticket product. So you really want to place your ebook at 27, 37, 47. Use a 7 at the end of your number because psychologically, when people see that number, they like to round down. Okay. And so when you use, like ClickFunnels and all that stuff, you guys can add upsells and downsells to your order. Once again, that's another level, but just the basic information. Create an ebook. If you have a product, let's go ahead and do the math. Let me put my calculator out and then I'm leaving y'all. If you have an ebook that is, let's just say, $47, and you get 30 people to buy, that's an extra $1,400 that you made without leaving your house. That's somebody's car note and insurance. That's somebody's mortgage. That's somebody's Christmas clothes and shoes. So how do you find 30 people? Online. So you need to learn about lead generation, lead conversion, and all that stuff. But once again, you guys get into the program, we'll talk about that stuff later. But literally, think about it like that. $47 product, y'all know 30 people to buy it. That's an extra $1,400 that you didn't have, that you made without in your sleep. Okay, so hope I inspire somebody to go ahead and think of something to create one time, and something that you can get paid for forever. And that's it. I'm Brooklyn Digital Products, and I'm out.
Hey, y'all go in the chat. Give me some I want some emojis. Go in the chat. Give Brooklyn some emojis in the chat. Show us some love. If you can't put an emoji, just put a number 7. Number 7. Y'all know about that number 7. Put that number 7 in the chat. Show us some love. We definitely appreciate you. Yep, go ahead. Show some love. Show some love. And once again, definitely want to be respectful for everyone's time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move right along. And we're going to introduce the next powerhouse to the stage. I told you, this is why I went first. I went first. These ladies come in here, and let me tell y'all something real quick before I give it to Raisha. I went to a conference in, was it 2020? I can't remember if it was 2020 or 2021. It was called the Circle of CEOs Conference. And it must have been 2020 because it's during the pandemic. And I went to the conference, and I'm watching, and I just see, as I pull up into the garage, I'm seeing like pink Bentleys. I'm seeing pink freaking Lamborghinis and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, what's going on? And I'm walking in, and then I get in there, and I see all these women getting on the stage. And it amazed me how so many women were just bossing up. Like, these women were not playing. Now, here's why I loved it. I was in network marketing for about 7 years. And the female was always the supportive spouse. And it's something that always bothered me, because I never wanted a supportive spouse, like somebody just, I just support him. I always wanted somebody that was a boss. Like, we ain't gonna go too deep into this, but I don't know how other men feel. I wanted to feel like if my woman left me, she was like, all right, cool, I'm good. Like, you go ahead. Like, I ain't staying with you just because I need you. I the kind of person. So when I got in this room and I seen all these women bossing up, I said, this is next level. Like, I love, like, we got any women in here? Because the women in here is freaking killing it. But I just love to see, like, now that, like, it's so present now with, like, with all of the mentors and the social media influencers and the coaches out there. And you start to see these faces pop up, especially since the pandemic. And you see how many women are literally just bossing up and helping so many other people, not just other women, so many other people who come up. So I'm going to bring up Raisha. Raisha, I actually met her. We grew up in the same building. We grew up in the same project building, to be specific. All right. So we come from nothing. And I watched Raisha, well, she watched me grow up. Right. So she's like 1 year older than me. Right. But I watched her in the neighborhood, and then I watched her kind of like disappear. And, for us growing up in the projects, we're like, all right, well, they probably moved to another hood. They did some, whatever it is. And literally, I didn't even know that she was still close. She was still close, but she separated herself. This is the point that I'm making. She created separation because she said, you know what, here's where I'm going. And in order to go there, I have to start separating myself from certain people. I have to separate myself from certain environments. And when we reconnected, I was amazed to see all the things that she was doing. When I first met her, I knew that she was doing taxes because my mother called me one day. I was at work. She was telling me about Raisha. She's like, remember Raisha? I'm like, yeah. She said, she does taxes and all this other stuff, right? And then I learned about her with business finances. And I was hearing about all of the companies. I think even like Columbia University, if I'm not mistaken, at one point, like just handling the money for these like massive universities and companies, and literally like being accountable for like millions of dollars. And I was just like overly impressed. And then I got a chance to actually work with her through network marketing, where we kind of did some things together. And she was just always so sharp. Like her knowledge Like she was always so smart. And if I can I keep it real? Can I keep it real, y'all? Put a one in chat. You know, one thing I love is she was street smart and corporate smart. So she could give it to you any way you need it. Like if you there's people like, oh, I don't really understand. No, she can come in here and say, listen, let me show you what you need to do. Here's what you need to do with your money. Here's how you need to have these things going on. Hey, don't do that. You need to be doing this. Like she can communicate on any level, and being able to communicate is so powerful, y'all. So she's just like a freaking boss. And I'm very thankful that she was able to join us as well. And you know, and just kind of like round off this dream team that we're building. So if you guys would definitely go ahead, put some emojis or some sevens in the chat and welcome Raisha up to the stage.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I certainly want to thank Rel for inviting me to this platform. Like he said, we've known each other for several years. I respect and appreciate everything that he's doing in business. We've had the opportunity to work together on numerous levels, and he adds a lot of value to me, you know, as well as I do him. I'm definitely not going to keep you guys too long. We're going to wrap this up kind of quick. I had a long yet productive day. So as y'all can see, I'm sipping on some champagne over here. So I'm ready to chill and unwind. So I'm not going to hold y'all too much, but I'm going to give y'all a little bit right quick. So again, my name is Raisha Lilly. I'm actually 44 years old. I'm from the Bronx. My birthday was just in October. I'm from the Bronx, and I have a bachelor's degree in business management. I have a master's degree in finance. I have over 20 years of experience in finance. As Rel mentioned, I worked for Columbia University for 11 and a half years, and I have literally managed billions of dollars, gifts, grants, you name it. I've managed all kinds of funds, corporate. So all they did was teach me what I needed to know and go do on the personal side and on the entrepreneurial side of things. I have my business, which is More Money Matters, because it always does. And I have been in business for 19 years, and we offer an array of services. Six-figure income earner. I actually, just for one of my businesses, I earn six figures over the course of 12 months. So I'm going to talk to you. Anything I talk to you about is always going to be about getting to the bag, because that's all I'm really interested in. You know, I have 5 streams of income. One of my number one goals in 2020, when the pandemic hit, was to create 5 streams of income in 5 different industries. So the industries I currently earn income in is finance, trucking, transitional living, real estate, as well as coaching. So I'm a numbers person. So anything we talk about is always going to be about rounding up these numbers. I consider myself a serialpreneur. You know, I like to do a lot of different things in a lot of different areas. I don't particularly focus on any one thing. I do not recommend anybody ever put themselves in a position where you're a jack of all trade, but a master of none. When I first got started, I just focused on More Money Matters. So that's my baby. That's my number one thing. And the things that I've learned, the mistakes that I've made, a lot of things I've gone through has allowed me to trickle into other things. Thanks to Rel, I have had the opportunity to engulf in the Airbnb business as well. So some of what he talked about in terms of having a residual income from a particular, you know, stream of income that you can use to either invest in other things or just pay certain debts. Absolute total fact. Absolute and total fact. One of the units I invested in, actually I invested in with him and Yvonne, and real talk, we've had profit every single month. I have personally only been to the location where the unit is once. And that was the week that we spent there to set it up. I've never been back. We've made profit every single month. And that's just an additional stream of income that I have to use to invest and or pay for additional things. So definitely the nuggets that he gives as it relates to Airbnb. Our unit is free too. So Yvonne is definitely a beast when it comes to, you know, the decorating. So definitely get with Rel as it relates to, you know, getting involved in the Airbnb industry. And like I said, Yvonne is the GOAT. Yvonne is the GOAT when it comes to, you know, getting everything situated in the unit from a distance. Like I said, we started this almost a year ago, and I've only visited the location once. I've never been back. So I'm gonna talk to you guys just about some of the services that I offer at More Money Matters. Some of what we have is, obviously we have tax preparation. That's what I started at. We also have payroll services. We offer bookkeeping services. and I like to teach people mostly, a lot of times you hear people talk about, I make this, I make that, I make this, I make that. But it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. So I teach you how to funnel your profits so that you don't have to pay huge tax liabilities. There's ways that you can take that money and kind of cycle it into other things. You can move the money around legally and still keep a significant portion of the money that you've created for yourself throughout the course of the year. I teach you about understanding your tax liabilities. Now, many of us come from jobs like myself. I just mentioned I worked for Columbia 11 and a half years. We're used to being on W-2 payroll, so taxes are automatically taken out. When you become an entrepreneur, it does not alleviate you from tax liability. The important thing is about understanding how these tax liabilities affect you and making sure that you're prepared for them when that time should come. I talk to you about reinvesting your profits, you know, how to take some of the money that you've earned that's actually your surplus and take it and move it into other things. I mean, that's exactly what I did when I chose to start investing in Airbnbs. I didn't have to wait and save or pull from here, pull from there. I took a profit from one business, I took it, I invested it into another. Immediately, when I made my first level of profit from Airbnb, I put the money back where I got it from, and then just continue to flip the Airbnb money. More Money Matters also has a partnership opportunity. Okay, tax season is coming up, you know, and it's the one thing, you know, it's Uncle Sam, you know, unless they decide that we just don't have to pay tax or they're going to stop collecting it, which I doubt very seriously, it's an industry that's never, ever, 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 ever going to go away. So I offer a partnership opportunity where I allow people to partner with More Money Matters, a business that took me 19 years to build. You can come in for a small rate, partner with us. And again, over the course of 12 weeks, you can build yourself an additional stream of income. Now you can take some of the money that you make that doesn't currently exist for you, and you can use it either to pay off debt, maybe take a vacation that you haven't been able to afford, take it, I would suggest you take at least the majority of it and make another investment in something like Airbnb if you're interested, to create yourself an additional stream of residual income. And I'll give you just a small glimpse of what's available, right? What the opportunities are. My basic tax return, and this is not everything we charge, but this is just the basic. We charge approximately $300 to prepare a tax return. Significantly less than H&R Block, significantly less than Jackson Hewitt. But if you only did 10 tax returns in 12 weeks, you just made $3,000. Imagine if you did 10 in a week. You're talking $3 grand, you know? And one thing we learn is, like, think about the closest people to you, the people that trust you. Everybody on this course should have at least 10 people that would trust you enough to step into something with you that they, in most cases, going to a stranger for. So quickly, you can earn yourself at minimum $3,000. But the maximum amount that you can earn is completely up to you. And it is completely, I mean, there is no limit. You know, I want to say the sky is the limit, but there actually is no limit. It can do whatever it is that you want it to do. So what I'm going to be coming on to these segments to talk to you about is just talking to you about how to not so much manage your money, but your bookkeeping, how that's important. You know, a lot of entrepreneurs, one thing that we do is we just run our business. You know, we're becoming, we love what we do. We have this thing that we love, like Brooklyn talked about. What is it that you're great at that other people are not? So we take that thing, we make it a lucrative something, but then we live off the funds that we make. Some of the things I want to talk to you about is like paying yourself. You know, payroll for entrepreneurs is so important. I'll give you a small example. You make some money from your business. You take $500, you go buy your kids some sneakers, you go get your hair done, you go out for some drinks, you're just chilling. Well, guess what? That's not a tax deduction. So you just wasted $500. However, if you took that same $500 and paid it to yourself as a payroll, it's a payroll expense for your business, and you use the $500 to do exactly what you was going to do with it anyway. So not only is it a tax deduction, you still took care of the same exact stuff you was going to take care of anyway. But you have to write it off to yourself as a payroll expense. So those are some of the things I'm going to talk to you about. Another like really quick nugget I'm going to give you. I talk to people a lot about starting a nonprofit organization. You know, at the end of the year, if you run into one of those situations where you've made a lot of profit, which is all of our goal, you know, we don't want to pay taxes on 100 and something thousand, 90,000, 60,000. We don't want to pay that tax liability. Well, if you have a nonprofit organization, you can donate to your nonprofit organization. You know, nonprofits never have to pay tax on any funds that runs through the nonprofit. So you donate to your nonprofit organization, and then guess what? When the new year roll around, you filed your taxes for your profitable business, allow the nonprofit to reinvest back into your profitable business. It's still your money. You know, it's the same thing with payroll. You're the boss. You can pay yourself whatever you want. This week it might be 500, next week it might be 5,000. It's totally up to you. You can do it however you want to do it, but there's a lot of ways to move money around in business, and that's what I focus on. I focus on making sure that the funds that you earn, you can keep a great percentage of it. Now, I'm not going to say that you can sit here and avoid tax liability altogether, but if you're not paying attention to your books, then you don't understand what your tax liability is. And then when you get hit at the end of the year, it's kind of like, dang, almost seems like it's not worth it. But if you're keeping proper records, which is where bookkeeping comes into play, you can understand on the quarterly basis, every 3 months, where you land. And you can figure out how you want to move money around or how to properly prepare yourself for where you're going to be. So for me, I had a productive with a great day today. I spent an hour today with a new bookkeeping client. I made $1,250 an hour. I'm not complaining. I'm celebrating. So, you know, I'm over here, I'm chilling, and I'm glad to be on this. Like I told you guys, I'm not keeping you long at all. I just don't want you guys to be afraid of the tax aspect or the finance aspect of the business. Finance is in every aspect of your life, your personal life, your business life, whether you're working for someone. We always have to pay attention to our money. And when you start building your relationship with money, that's when you start winning. When you start avoiding, or you stay in a position where you're avoiding dealing with the financial aspect of things, that's when we stay jammed up. Bad credit, constantly robbing from Peter to pay Paul, you know, doing all those sorts of things. So it's important that you build a healthy relationship with finances, because all of that ties right into your credit, both personal and business, and every investment that you ever want to make in life. So I'll be on board. You guys will talk to us again in 2023. Most of us are getting started right now. My 2023 has definitely already started. And I look forward to working with you guys and helping y'all, you know, get things on track and making sure we win financially. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my social media information in the chat. We are More Money Matters Inc. Facebook and Instagram. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit me up, inbox me. I'll also put my phone number and my email address in the chat as well. So if you guys have any independent questions, feel free to hit me up. I'm here for you. We're gonna get this bread.
Hey, y'all, put them emojis in it. Y'all know, put them emojis in the chat. I told y'all these ladies listen, y'all, fellas, I'm gonna need y'all to come and rock with your boy, because these ladies are not playing. I'm telling you, go ahead, y'all. Show us some love in here. We're gonna wrap this up. I want to share with you. I want to share a schedule of how we're gonna be doing this every week, so you guys will know, and you definitely can share it with your friends. Let people know, because this is the kind of value that you're gonna be receiving every single week. Lastly, because Raisha just touched on it, one of the best things I did last year was I actually called Raisha up, and I was just telling her, everything that I was doing with the business, and she started to, coach me and tell me about, certain things that I can do when it comes to taxes. And one of the most impactful things that I've been able to do, that myself and Yvonne's been able to do, was actually we hired her for payroll services, and it has so many benefits, y'all. If I can encourage any of you, that entrepreneurs, that if your goal is to make a lot of money, like, this is something that you do not want to not do. Like, do not avoid this. I have my separate, mentorship company and that program, and then we have our Airbnb program, and we pay for payroll services on all of our companies that we have. So we pay ourselves from our own businesses, and it's so many benefits. But I know, let me share like one or two. I can tell you this, y'all, from like an Airbnb perspective, you guys are going to be going out and applying for these different units. Like Raisha just mentioned, you're the boss. You can literally pay yourself whatever it is. So if you know that you have to apply for this unit and you need to make X amount of dollars, so you need to pay yourself X amount of dollars for 4 weeks, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it is, you literally can pay yourself whatever you want. Right? I'm just putting some stuff out there. Like, if y'all like, listen, man, they got these nice buildings. I know, like in New York City and these different areas in the tri-state, I don't know about everywhere, but they got these nice buildings. They got these like low income, and you need to make You need to make a little bit less money. You know, you can pay yourself whatever. Listen, y'all. I mean, y'all picking up what I'm putting down. I'm just trying to say, it's so many benefits of that, and then to not even go into the like just the benefits from a tax perspective. So it's something that I highly encourage you guys. If you want, I can give y'all a hookup. Y'all can hit me up, and I'll connect y'all through Ra. So once you know that you coming through me, that she does something special for us. So just let me know if you guys want that. That's something I highly suggest. And I didn't really come on here to promote anything, but it's something that's definitely last year. It added so much value for me. So if you guys want that, just reach out to me. Most of y'all have my number, or you have my Instagram, which is the THEJ DINKINS, the J Dinkins. So reach out to me, DM me, or just whatever just reach out to me, and I'll connect you guys, so she knows that you're coming through us, so you guys get that special pricing and everything as well. So here's what I want to do. Real quick. As you see, or you're probably starting to pick up, every person that spoke today, they're bosses in their own right. They have their own businesses, they have their own services, they have their own companies. And what we decided to do was to come together and to create a community to literally provide value on a weekly basis for those people who are preparing to make the next steps in their lives, right? Because we know everybody's not in position to make the biggest step, but we want to definitely put you in position to make a step, right? So we put together a schedule. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you what the schedule looks like so you guys know. Oh, excuse me. Hold on one second. Let me pull this up, y'all. I want you to see what it's going to look like every week for the most part. And this schedule is subject to change only within the next week. Once the new year hit. So the first Monday in 2023, we're going to kick this straight off. Next week is literally the day after Christmas. So we're not going to do anything this coming Monday, but the very next Monday, we are in our complete rotation on our schedule, all right? So this was going to look like, if there's any changes between now and the first Monday in January, I would have that up. I would have everything restructured. But for now, this is what the schedule may look like, all right? So on the first Monday of every month, this is a monthly schedule. On the first Monday of every month, you're gonna have a business credit Q&A coaching call. So these are Q&A coaching or Q&A mentorship calls, whatever you want to call it, right? So basically, it's not gonna be one of these, like where you get all of us and we just kind of give you bits and pieces. Like you're gonna be able to spend time and really ask questions about business credit. So the reason we call it a business credit Q&A mentorship call, because you're gonna not only we're not gonna just come on and just talk to you and just give you all this game. We're gonna come on, we're gonna give you the game, but we're gonna allow you to ask questions because we know you guys have specific questions. So these are gonna be Q&A. We're gonna come on here for a few minutes. We'll drop some value and then we'll open it up and just allow you guys to ask questions. These are calls for you guys to take action. Like I remember just jumping on one of Brooklyn calls and she was saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is what we need to do by next week. Like we're pushing people into action, right? So if you really want to like move into action in 2023, you got to be on these calls, right? So first Monday, we're going to do business credit Q&A. That's going to be with Yvonne, all right? The second Monday and also the fourth Monday of each month, we have business, finance, and tax Q&As. Raisha's going to be doing that. I don't know if sometimes she's going to be talking about business finance on one day and then taxes on the other day, or both days she's going to do both. But, those are the second and fourth Monday of each month. She's going to be doing that. Now, the third Monday of each month, Yvonne is also going to do an Airbnb furnishing Q&A. If you have certain questions like, hey, how should I furnish this room? Should I add a bed? Hey, what are some options for extra bedding? Hey, how do you order, what do you order your sheets? Hey, where do you order? If you have those specific questions, she'll come on and give you guys some value when it comes to the Airbnb furnishing, right? So right there, you got every single Monday of the month. So automatically, every Monday we got something going on. Now, the first Tuesday of every month, we have our digital marketing or our digital boss call, okay? And this is where you're going to come on and you're not going to have 15 minutes with Brooklyn. You're literally going to have an entire whatever amount of time, right? So we try to keep it within an hour. But, if you guys stop asking questions, and we'll end it a little early. So, we're going to give you what you give us, okay? So you guys show up, but you're going to have her all to yourself. Now, the second Wednesday of every month, you're going to actually have a Airbnb Q&A call with me. So I'm going to come on, I'm going to give you some Airbnb game.
And then I'll open it up for questions. So maybe you have certain things that you got going on with your unit. Maybe you have certain situations that pop up. Maybe you're looking at, you know, whatever, like a new place to have a, you know, to have a unit, and you have these kind of questions. So this is where you want to come on, and you're going to ask Airbnb specific questions. And then the fourth Wednesday of every month, it's going to be a mentorship Q&A. So what does that mean? It's just anything that you need help on. Maybe, you know, you was on a call with Brooklyn and you want to start your ebook. Maybe you was on a call with Yvonne and you're furnishing your unit and you have some questions about that. Maybe you have some questions about, you know, taxes. You know, so basically just an overall mentorship call. If you have some questions, you need some guidance, if you need to be pointed in the right direction, I'm going to be doing that mentorship call. So the second and fourth Wednesday, you'll be on with me. So literally every single month, from every single week, from Monday to Wednesday, you're going to have anywhere between 1 to 3 calls every single week. So I hope you guys are picking that up. All right. So you guys will have access to that. Now, let me tell you basically what's required with this, right? So when you become a part of the employee exit plan community, once again, this is just for people who saying, you know, I want to do something and I just want to get it started. You may not have enough money, and I'll show you guys, I'll give you an example of what I mean in a second, but you may not have enough money to join one of the higher level mentorship programs that any of us offer. Maybe you don't have enough money to pay for, you know, Brooklyn services right now, or Aisha's separate services, or Yvonne's separate services, right? Or to join the mentorship program. But $14 a month is going to keep you engaged. It's going to give you access to these calls each and every week where you're going to get value. And when you are ready to take that next step, now you've been getting value from people. Now you know the people to go to. You've already been a part of this community, right? So once again, I already went through the schedule. It is $14 a month. When you join, I definitely want to do like some specials. So I did throw in some bonuses in there. So we're gonna give you access to one of my Zoom replays that I do. I do this for now. I do it every week, and I do like a free masterclass. It's happening on Thursday, so I'm actually doing one this Thursday. And I'm going to give you access to that so you can kind of go over that information in there. I'm going to give you access to my 10 B&B Money Hacks mini course. So for people in Airbnb, this is how you're going to make that extra $1,000 a month. And then you're going to also have access to our Facebook community. And what we also did was we actually created a Discord community. I don't even have that on there, y'all. We created a Discord community where there's people that's all a part of this program that they're going to be joining, right? So it's just a dope place to be at. So here's, I wanted to show you this to give you some perspective, right? So my high level mentorship program, which is called the Insiders Club, there's a lot of Insider Club members on this call right now, right? With that mentorship program is literally $5,000. So I'm showing y'all a sneak peek of something right here, right? So when I do a masterclass, I try to give like the best price ever, like just an undeniable price where people's like, yo, I gotta get that. And I only do it for 3 people, okay? So basically, even with the discounted price, right? So it's $5,000 to join a mentorship, but at the promo price on a Thursday, right? When I do a masterclass, $14.97 for some people, they're like, you know, I can't do that. Even right now, I have it to where you can literally just put a $500 deposit and you get into the door, and then you figure out, then we pick up payment plans for you later on, right? But even with that, some people's like, listen, I literally, like, I wish I could put a $500 deposit down. I just can't. So they don't have it. So but then now they don't do anything. And we said we didn't want that to happen. So I said, well, if I created some other programs, right, where they can do something, at least they'll have something to where they can actually start that process. So that's why I ended up starting the employee exit plan community, because I said, okay, cool. A person may not have $1,500 to start right now, but they most likely, like most people can come up with $14 a month. And as long as you get in, what I love about it is as long as you get in value, you pay the $14. If you feel at any point, hey, you know what, I'm not getting value, it's $14. Turn it off, stop it. If you ain't getting the value, you can stop it. That's cool with me, right? $14 a month. That's going to give you, that's enough for you to at least pay attention and say, you know what, I'm paying for this every month. Let me show up. Because like I said at the beginning, when you pay attention, right? So what you guys could do, right, if you want, it's completely up to you. Go ahead and you can actually scan this barcode. You can scan this barcode, and you know, once you do that, you'll pay $14. You'll have access to these calls literally every single Monday through Wednesday. You're gonna have access to these calls. And when it's time for you to take the next steps, if you're on these calls and you're on with Raisha and you're like, listen, I really need to take this next step when it comes to taxes, reach out to her, right? Go ahead, start that. If you say, listen, you know what, it's time for me to go ahead and launch my digital products, and it's your season, and it's time to reach out to Brooklyn and get that process started, get it started.
If it's time for you to go get an Airbnb and you need to go ahead and build your business credit, or you need to go ahead and get your unit furnished and you've been building this relationship with Yvonne, reach out to her, start that process. If you want to join the overall mentorship program and you like what we got going on, you want to join, our Insiders Club, reach out, right? But this is the point. You're gonna have access to this information every single week and that value every single week. So with that being said, what I want to do is I'll take about 5 minutes or so, and I'm gonna allow you guys to either unmute yourself and ask any questions. I'm gonna pull this. I'll leave this right now. I can't see the chat. That's the reason I need to go ahead and pull this out. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute and ask, or go ahead and write in the chat. Take a screenshot of this real quick if you guys need it, because I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. I just want to show you something. Take a screenshot of this if you need to, right? Go ahead. I'll give you 2 seconds to do that. Take a screenshot. All right, perfect. All right. So let me go ahead and remember, it's the last one is what I'm talking about, right? It's $14 a month. All right, so let me go ahead and stop share. See if you guys have any questions for a few seconds. Go ahead and write in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. If you don't have any questions, I will go ahead and end this thing up. So let me go ahead and see if you guys are writing any questions, or you can literally just hit unmute yourself and ask any questions that you guys have. And you got to be fast. We ain't gonna sit here and just look at the screen hoping you ask a question. Give y'all about 30 more seconds.
No question is a dumb question.
Say that again.
I said no question is a dumb question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you muted, Rob. You talking?
Yep, I just want to say this. This is a super dope platform. So I really hope those that are on this call really take advantage of the information that we have here to share. I mean, you got probably 30, 40 years of experience collectively between us on this call in multiple fields. You know what I'm saying? Like across the board, real talk. Let's meet you in Brooklyn talk, because nobody want to talk to us.
No, I have a question actually.
Okay, let's go, Stacey.
Well, my question is this. I'm a super introvert, and I like people, but I don't like people. So I'm really confused as to how do I go about doing anything, because like I said, I like people, but then I don't like them. And I really don't like them a lot. So I don't know how to go about, being
I have
out there.
the best question for your question. Do you not like people more than you not like money?
I love money now.
Then listen, get to the bread then. Don't let what you don't like stop you from getting to what you do.
And also, what don't you like about people? Like, is it the type of people? Is it?
It's their mindset, and it's really sucky. It's really sucky for me to say, but it's their mindset, and I see that people, if you can't have a certain type of mindset, if you still stuck in way back when, I can't move forward. That's just me. I'm working on it. I'm working on me.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong for that.
But I can't move past that. So I'm working on that. That's why I'm just I don't like talking to people so much, because I'm just what?
But you know what that means too? Rel mentioned something in the beginning when he said I separated myself. People who came with you to a certain place, or people you've known from a certain space, everybody's not meant to go with you everywhere. You know what I mean? So sometimes the circle you in right now is not the circle that's meant to go with you to the next level. Switch your circle up.
Problem. I'm in a circle by myself. That's the problem. I'm in a circle by myself. That's the biggest problem.
That's really not a problem, because honestly, I had to do it. I had to separate from friends, my man, everybody got to go. And then it's not a problem. That's a blessing that you are able to separate yourself and that you feel that you've outgrown your environment. That's good. Because some people don't outgrow their environment.
I also feel that I need to put myself in an environment where I'm not that I need people to thrive off of, but when you're around people that you're same mindset of same mind, you tend to get that, you want to keep going, and you get that. And when you by yourself,
hey, listen, Stacey, I got a better one for you. Brooklyn got the digital products popping. You don't even got to deal with people.
You ain't got
I thought about that shit. I'm trying to think of the best things I'm good at besides telling people to shut the fuck up. I don't know what else I could tell them. I'm trying to think of all the things I'm good at, to be honest, because I'm good at it.
Listen, y'all, Stacey's not first of all, Stacey's not giving herself enough credit. I know her. I will say this, Stacey. If you figure out the thing that we all said, we all had seasons of separation. I always said that I had to get into a season where I spent more time with information than I did with people, right? Me getting access to this information, I started tapping on Zoom, tapping into masterclasses. I started hopping on these people's lives. I started going to these conferences by myself, y'all. I'm showing up, but I said, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna go separate myself and get in front of this information. And when I started focusing on the information, it connected me to the right people, y'all. When I started showing up to these conferences, I saw people that was like me, like I have to get away from these people and I have to get, oh shoot, you too? Hey, let's connect. I started to get, that's how you start connecting with people. So that's one thing I like, for especially for the, you are, and that's why I say she's not giving herself credit. She joined the Insiders Club. So now she's surrounding herself with the right people, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that's really big for me this year is that we get out to these conferences together. I'm going to be putting out there, hey, this is the conference. This is happening. Hey, we're going to be linking up. So I just want people to continue to show up. All right, hold on one second, y'all. Well, go ahead. If any other questions?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we can all link up because, and that's another thing too. It's not that you don't like people, it's just that you don't like, people's mindsets. And so it's like doing what you're doing now, investing in yourself, getting around like-minded people, learning from, people and realizing like, I like these people. And then also, like I said, you can create digital products to where it's like, you ain't really got to talk to nobody like that. You make a product and, you can create one ad, it'll run for you, but, that's the best place to be. Online, have the digital product.
I'm sorry. I want to add something else to it too. The one thing that Rel is doing with this affiliate situation, it also puts you in a situation that where you can still make money and you don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to think of it as well.
Situation where they get people like Rel, they get people like Yvonne, they get me, they get, Brooklyn, and you still earn some level of residual income just by pushing a button or pushing a person in a certain direction. So there's a lot of ways to work around people and get to the bag.
That is one of my, y'all, that is one of my biggest goals. When I created this program, one of my biggest goals was for when everybody who joined, to be able to have the ability to make their investment back. Like whatever you invested into the program, to be able to say, hey, I came in, I got the value. That was the important thing. You come in, you get the value, see, man, this program is really working. It's helped me in this area. It's helped me do this. And then be able to say, hey, by simply referring somebody to a program where you don't have to worry about showing up to coach. You don't have to worry about recording. You don't have to worry about doing content. You don't have to be that person. You can simply say, hey, this is the value that I'm getting. And now you create an income. So everybody, especially those who join my Insiders Club, you automatically are affiliate. Anytime you refer somebody and they decide, hey, I'm going to join this, you get paid. And the big goal this year, I just put it into our Insiders Club Discord. My goal this year is to have every single Insiders Club member making at least $1,000 a month. At least $1,000. Just you're a part of the program, a mentorship program, but you making $1,000 a month by you chasing your goal or starting your own business or creating your own products, right? So that is the goal. So make you to have you be a part of a community where you're learning. It's more like a family. You're earning money and you're starting your own businesses. You're launching your own programs. You're creating your own products, right? So you definitely are in the right. I can tell you that you're definitely in the right place. And I'm glad Raisha mentioned that. Anybody else have a question? Feel free to unmute yourself real quick or write it in the chat. If not, we are definitely going to wrap this up.
Somebody wrote a question in the chat. Do they need to contact me directly to find out pricing for payroll or bookkeeping? The short answer is yes, contact me directly for pricing, but just make sure when you do contact me, reference that you came through the affiliate program. There's a special discount that I'm going to give for you guys. So definitely let me know that you came through affiliate, but yes, contact me directly for pricing.
All right, y'all. So if we can, real quick, if we can, I just want you ladies just to say it out, just to have it on record, because I did record this, so I think I'm just gonna put it out there. I'll send it to y'all. I think I'm gonna just put it on YouTube, honestly, and I'll send it to y'all. So if y'all want to send it out to people or whatever the case is, post it. I want people to be able to, that they can't actually see the chat. I want them to know how to reach you guys on like social media or how to contact you. So if you guys want real quick to give however they can contact you or reach you, just say it out. Ra, you can go ahead, and then Brooklyn, and then I'll give Yvonne since she's not over here.
Okay, cool. Anybody who wants to reach me, Raisha Lilly, I'm reachable. More Money Matters. So my social media handles are More Money Matters Inc. You can also reach me at rlilly@moremoneymatters.org, or you can reach me on my cell, 646-206-0026. Let's get to the bag.
Yes, and I'm Brooklyn, aka BK, and you guys can connect with me with your digital products, course creation, ebooks, all that good stuff. Anything that you can create online, you can create one time and get paid for it forever. And my social media is Billionaire Brooklyn with 2 N's. I'll also put it in the chat again for you guys. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that. Billionaire Brooklyn with 2 N's.
Perfect. And Yvonne, she's in the same place as me, so I'm just saying it for her, right? So you guys can reach Yvonne on Instagram. Simply just go ahead and shoot her a DM, right? But on Instagram, it's Hey Mrs. Affiliate. So that's HEYMRSAFFILIATE, right? So the good thing about this, if you're watching a recording, you could pause it and rewind it and listen over and over again, right? So you guys can reach her there, shoot her a DM. You guys can also reach me on Instagram as well. Also on TikTok. I'm getting better with my TikTok, but on Instagram for sure, you can reach me at the J Dinkins, which is TheJDinkins, right? So you can reach me, shoot me a DM. If you have my number, you can always just shoot me a text, right? But that is the best way to reach me. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hopping on. We look forward to connecting with you each and every Monday through Wednesday. Once again, we are going to be starting. So no matter if you're watching this and it's already January 2023, we have already started the process, right? We're going to take this next week off. So next Monday, there will be no call. But the very next Monday after that, which is the first Monday of 2023, we're going to be on our schedule each and every week on the exact same time. Okay. So we'll make sure we finalize the schedule. For now, the schedule I showed you is the schedule. But if any changes are to happen, it will happen before the first Monday of January. So thank you guys for hopping on, and have a powerful and productive week. Y'all take care.